Okay, married man or man in a serious relationship, how many times have you heard this? It's not what you say, it's how you say it. I know, it's grating to the ears, but it's very important to know that tone matters. And the Bank of Canada just made an announcement. Now, the announcement itself is very, very important, but also the tone of the announcement is as important, and that's very, very important for us to know. So, welcome everybody, beautiful people. Welcome to my January 2024, the very first of the year, housing market announcement. Let's get right into the title here. Manage myself a bit. So, important things we're going to cover. So, no change in interest rates as of January 24th in the morning. Bank of Canada sticks to 5%. This means more than you think, and I'll discuss two very important things that you should know about that specifically. And of course, buyers, I've been harping on you recently. Listen, the time is running out. That window of opportunity where sellers were very, very flexible, a few are, depending on the area, that time is pretty much running out. In some areas of the GTA, it's already run out. Sellers, your time is quickly approaching. So let's move right into the interest rate situation because that's the biggie. So here we go, guys. As always, my intent, provide you information, valuable information that you probably won't get somewhere else, at least the little nuances. I don't talk about Korea and being that Canadian housing market, none of that stuff. So local housing market information, you're probably not going to get this specific non-biased view elsewhere. Of course, please hit like and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. And always, if you need help, give me a shout. My contact information is all over the place. You can find me online and certainly in the description of the video. So onward. Here it is. Interest rates, what's happening. So very important. Sorry about a lot of stuff on the page, but of course, as of this morning, January 24th, when I'm doing this, I always waited till the end of January to get this specific market update out. Bank of Canada announced that they're staying put. This is important. These dates will be important. I'm going to be talking about this a little bit later. Obviously, you don't have to memorize all this, but this is important. So you've got January 24th, we're at 5%. That's this morning. So we have not moved up. The next Bank of Canada announcement is not going to be till March of 2024. Hopefully you can see that there. And some important notes. September 6th of 2023 was the last time we had a bank announcement where they stayed put. Previously to that, they were going up a quarter each time for 2 times in a row. So that meant 4 months at that point, from September till January, 4 months of no increase in interest rates. And that's important to note because now that's 4 months until March is going to be 6 months. So there's going to be 6 months of no interest rate increases. And what's that going to do to the market? That's very, very important. So let me move on to the next one. 2 things I want you guys to know about what's happening. So first of all, I'll mention the tone of the announcement. It's very, very important. Up until this point, the past few announcements, even when they stayed put, the Bank of Canada still talked, yes, we're staying put, but hey, listen, we might go up at any time. You know, we still might do it. We're not out of the woods yet. These kinds of things. The tone has changed. Here's a picture from a CBC article I want you guys to see. So notice the wording. The wording is very, very important because it's all about psychology, especially when it comes to buyers in the housing market. Instead of looking primarily at whether the bank's policy setting interest rate is high enough, the bank is now considering how long current restrictive stance of a higher interest rate needs to be in place. Notice here, the line that I drew there. Despite that potential shift in message, they're still trying to be coy, they're still trying to be soft. There's a shift in the messaging from the Bank of Canada. And we've seen this coming, but they couldn't. Even though they know they're going to need to lower the rates, they know they're going to be doing it sometime soon. They had to be very cool, poker face. Well, maybe, we're not out of the woods yet. That's the point. Now that has changed. Now they're not saying whether they're going to go up, and they're saying how long are we going to maintain at this before we drop the interest rates, which are inevitably going to happen first or second quarter of this year. And that's going to do what to the market? Notice here, please. Here's the second point. This is really, really important for those of you who are thinking at all of entering the market, buying or selling. Listen, please have a look here. This is a lesson from history that you have to take. So January through May of last year, 2023, January through May in January, we had the slight interest rate hike. I think it was a quarter. And we knew, or we were told, generally speaking, that the interest rates are probably going to stay that way. Up until this point, it was really slow. It was really slow. For the fall of 2022 was kind of a slow one. The beginning of the winter was a slow one. What happened is buyers were out there looking, okay, rates have gone up tremendously in 2022, certainly. And we're noticing that nothing is really happening with the market. And so from January, February into March, they were noticing they had another announcement where the Bank of Canada did not increase interest rates and it remained flat, just like the announcement we just had. And look at that blue line. That's what happened with the prices in the spring market. And that was after 4 months. Notice 4 months until June and July. June and July, you notice the little circles there, the little red circles. June and July were both months where there was an announcement of a rate increase of last year. So a quarter each, quarter, 0.5 altogether. And those are the last increases, by the way. Since then, we have not increased, we've stayed flat. So my point being, this is really important. 4 months of no increases. Look at the blue line. That's what happened to house prices from January to May. And notice, even though they went down a little bit after those 2 increases, they still didn't come back anywhere near where the year started in January, average home prices. The point being, the prices rose quickly in the spring market. And they maintained that way all the way to December last month, which is the last month we have statistics for. Note that. That's 4 months. This year, for this spring market, it's going to be 6 months of no increase in interest rates. So what do you think is going to happen with the market come this spring? Well, let me tell you what happened in December and what's happening now in January. And that's going to give you a very, very interesting outlook on what's happening in the market. Buyers, honestly, I'm telling you, listen to this. So this is December. On the left, you're going to find December year over year. On the right is month over month. So first of all, the important things here, I know there's a lot of circles. Forgive me if there's a little too much at once on the screen. Homes sold, notice 3,500. The point is not so much the number as if I expect you to remember these numbers. The point is it's up 11.5% versus December of 2022. Please note, if you follow my updates on a monthly basis, and I really should, honestly, this is good information. I don't take minimal credit in that. I know I understand it, but I get the number from the Toronto Real Estate Board and other sources and such. This is the first month. December was the first month since I think August of last year. Don't quote me, but I think since August of last year that the year-over-year sales were actually higher. August was slow. September was slow. October was slow. November was slow. All slower than the same month the year before. But December, last month, amazing. Utterly amazing. It went up. December was a busy month. I've had listings out there, and I had listings out there. I still have some listings out right now that are newer listings in January. And believe you me, January so far has been incredibly busy. January, by the way, I don't have the numbers here. We're up about 40 to 50% in terms of sales versus January of 2022. Isn't that interesting? You probably didn't ever heard about that. We're supposed to be in a slow market. That's what people are telling me when I speak to them. So sales up. Price, interesting. December, all this slowness, all this uncertainty, slowness in the fall. Price up 3%. December versus December of 2022. Prices up, sales up. January is going to be the same thing. New listings were lower, so there weren't as many people listing because people are still uncertain, but active listings were higher. Still, nonetheless, inventory was higher, but prices kept going up. Please notice this is important for sellers. Sellers, pay attention to this. PDOM, the blue circle there. Property days on market was 49 days in December, which of course is much longer than we're used to, certainly in the GTA in the past few years. But here's what I'm telling you, and I saw this many times. Last month, and sometimes this, and a few times this month, somebody's house sits on the market for 15, 20, 25 days, and they start slashing prices. They start slashing the price. They start accepting offers that I know for a fact they should not have taken. Why? Because they were starting to panic after being 3-4 weeks on the market. Please listen. If property days on market on average in the Toronto Real Estate Board, I understand the average includes a lot of other properties. If they average 49 days and you've been on the market 30, should you really be slashing your price? Should you be accepting low ball offers? No, you shouldn't. And if your realtor is pushing you to do that, stop. I've had listings. We had to make cuts in price at times when we weren't getting the kind of action that we should have or the kind of interest that we should have. But I always tell them, listen, average days on market is way over a month. So if you're 3 weeks on the market and you're starting to get concerned, listen, you need to know these things. And if your realtor isn't telling these things, they're not doing their job. You need to know this because I've seen people panic and give away their home, for lack of a better phrase, even when they're on the market less than a month, when you're looking at 49 days average on the market. Now, sellers, keep that in mind. That number's come down in January, but still not the week on average that it was back in the heat of 22 or 2017. And the month over month, the only thing I would have you notice is that the average price, 0.2, it's basically the same. But the point being, month over month, all those slow months of November, October, September, you think, the prices are going to go down. Isn't that what you were told by anyone except me? Still maintained. And in January, they're going up December they've gone up. So the point being, any idea of housing prices going down, forget it. So in the middle right there, buyers, honestly, you've missed the bottom of the market. Depends on the area. Some areas, maybe there's still some possibilities, but I know for a fact there's some places in the GTA right now that already taking multiple offers, already having 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 offers on the offer date. Sorry, buyers, you should have listened. But obviously, it's Toronto, it's a GTA. You can still get something, but it's going to take a lot more effort now. Again, buyers, your spots in terms of advantage are very little and few and far in between. Sellers, a lot more, because that's the way things are in the GTA. So when you have an advantage, so when you have a pocket, buyers, take advantage. Hopefully next time you listen. Sellers, your time is pretty much here. In some areas of the GTA, your time is already here. In others, give it a month or two, and it's really going to get busy in your area. So take advantage. If you can wait a little bit, take advantage of the spring market. If not, know that things are busier now. You're going to get showings. I guarantee it. Onward. So, summary. Buyers, or those thinking of buying it all this year, don't get discouraged. It's a GTA. Things aren't always as easy, but believe you me, it's doable, and it's incredible in terms of appreciation and as an investment, never mind having an actual home for yourself. So you don't have much time to sit on your hands, buyers. And please understand, I'm a listing agent and a buyer's agent. I do both, purposefully, by the way, because I get to see both sides, and I get to know what both sides are thinking every single market. But don't sit on your hands, buyers. I've heard lots of buyer's agents when I call, and I've made literally several hundred calls in the past month and a half from people showing my listings, calling the buyer's agents, hey, listen, what's the interest? Any questions about the property? Blah, 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 blah. So often, they're thinking about it. They're just starting to look. They're not sure. Da, 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 da. Buyers, seriously, make sure thinking about it actually means thinking about it, and it's not just a procrastination tool. You need to be able to make choices faster and better in the GTA. Otherwise, what will happen? Well, house is sold. House is sold. Now it's a multiple offer situation. Imagine if you had put an offer in 2 days before that, and that wouldn't have happened. Guys, make decisions. Buyers, prices have maintained despite the slow market. You've seen this before. And I really want to say this across. This isn't a, I told you so or anything of that, because it's not. People have to buy homes. I understand affordability is the difficult thing in the GTA. But please understand, prices have maintained. Regardless of what Uncle Joe, who thinks he knows about the housing market, regardless of what Aunt Sally, who is just telling you, I'm telling you, the market's going to plummet. Any moment, the bubble's going to burst. There's no bubble. It's not bursting. If there's a bubble, it's on the buyer side. So please, prices have maintained. Through all of this, look how resilient the GTA housing market has been. First of all, when you do buy the house that you're looking for, you'll be amazed at that. It'll be great news for you. But for the time being, at least you can have a realistic outlook that I'm giving you right now. The housing market in the GTA is not going to drop. It's not going to collapse. We've had a couple of corrections, 22 and 2017. And yeah, they're going to happen here and there. Good luck timing them. Get in the market. Make use of every advantage you may have. Buyers, seriously, it's January. We're going to go into February. You're probably going to see this video in February as well. Bad weather. Take advantage if you can. Timing. Take advantage. It's bad weather. This holiday's happening. This is happening here. Listen, take advantage, because whatever you're thinking about, the weather, the circumstances in terms of seeing a property, others are as well. And if you do it when others aren't, you can have less competition. You have a chance to get that house that you really like while others are maybe busy, or just, we'll do it tomorrow. And that also means you need an active realtor. Part-timers, not for this market, believe me. Maybe on the weekends, I have open houses just for that, because part-timers, clients get to go in. Is that what you want? Seriously? You want to lose on a house because you can't show it until the weekend or till some evenings, some later on in the week? For Pete's sake, guys, get an active realtor who's able and willing to show you in the market. And buyers on your side, be available. You have to be available. This is a huge investment. You need to make time for seeing properties. My clients have, and I always thank them at the end of the day. Thank you for showing up, because others probably wouldn't. Sellers, many areas already have occasional bidding wars. That's a real thing. I've seen up to 20 to 30 offers for a house. Now, those are specific cases, but it's happening. Depending on what area. If you don't know which area, contact me. I'll tell you what areas this has been happening in, and maybe it's your area. So offer dates are okay. Listen, even if you don't list with me, you have to go with somebody else who's your cousin. Otherwise, you're going to have a family struggle. Fine. Listen, offer dates are fine. There's plenty of them going on right now, and they're working. Think twice about listing low. We're not quite in that market yet, at least in most pockets of the GTA. Don't list low. List at a decent price, normal market price. Setting an offer date, absolutely. Don't give them too much time. 4, 5, 6 days max. And make sure there's a weekend in there for those lazy people, lazy buyers that can get in through the week. Maximum exposure means your realtor needs to be a worker. Listen, guys, this isn't time for laziness. Respectfully, there are thousands upon thousands of real estate agents. You need someone, there's not just full-time, as if that I didn't even mention that, but somebody who's actually out there doing stuff. You need maximum exposure. Sellers, honestly, you need maximum exposure. It's not just going to be just the internet. It's going to be just social media. I do my stuff on YouTube. Check out my channel. You can see some of the listings that I've had. But also, you need realtors out there calling, following up, making sure that everyone who sees the property has a follow-up. Hey, what did you think of this, this, and this? Oh, by the way, did you notice that, da? Oh, you know what? I'll tell that to my buyer. It happens all the time. You need to be doing this. And as always, folks, if you're buying or selling, but especially if you're selling and buying, you're doing this big step in your life, know your numbers. It's a big deal. Believe me. We've all made mistakes. We've all, thought this is going to happen, but it happened in this. The more information you have, including these updates that I do, the better you're going to be, in the better position you're going to be. Days on market in your area. Days on market in the area you're going to. What's the appeal of your house? How long do you think it will take to sell in this market? How about in this market? You can find that information. Contact me. I'm more than happy to help. We can have a nice conversation. No obligation. So, as always, guys, provide you with valuable information. That's the whole intent of this. I obviously, I don't need the subscription or the number of views to get any kind of money out of YouTube. I want you guys to have good information. I want to leave you my information. So hit like and subscribe. You'll get this once a month. And seriously, even realtors, if you're watching this, if you need help, reach out. Give me a shout. We'll have a chat about it. I'll help you the best I can because that's part of the business. It's a service business. So until February of 2024, unbelievable. Guys, take care of yourselves. Stay warm. I'll see you soon.